Well, Charles, don't look now, but the NBA season crept up on us, and we are only days away from tip-off. And to absolutely nobody's surprise, that comes with already a ton of drama. That said, let's bring back one of my favorite segments, and that's right, it is time for NBA Twitter Verified. Of course, we need to bring in our buddy Mike Sykes to help us out with this. You know him from his hosting duties on Special Delivery and his articles on For the Win. Mike Sykes, thank you, and welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm really excited to do this. I can't believe the season's back already. This is crazy.
I know. And of course, you guys know how this works. We will look at some NBA related tweets and you tell me if they are on point or off base. In this case, verified or not verified. So, okay, you guys know exactly where we need to start because you can literally feel the awkward vibes from Philadelphia as we speak. Yes, I'm talking about the drama surrounding Ben Simmons and the 76ers. As we know, there was a summer-long standoff between the polarizing all-star and the organization. Woj recently tweeted that Ben is back with the Sixers. So where we go from here is anyone's guess, but it does seem like he will be settling in Philadelphia. So let's look at this tweet, and we are going to start with you, Mike. So this Twitter user said, LOL, what the heck? This reminds me of the Seinfeld episode where George quit his job and then showed up to work the next day after realizing his mistake, thinking that they wouldn't notice him being back. So, Mike, is this tweet verified or not? Basically, did Ben just whiff on, yet another shot?
I mean, it's Seinfeld, so in my opinion, that's always verified. But I do feel like that's definitely the vibe that I get from this thing is that like Ben kind of like he held out, right, and then didn't think that they were going to find him as much as they did, and then was like, whoa, I don't like missing that much money out of my check. Let me get back in here and maybe cause some chaos. So I feel like there's another step to this thing that's coming, but like I think it'll be with Ben on the team.
And to answer what Sykes said, here's what's going to happen next. Ben Simmons is going to march into practice, and he's going to pull a Jimmy Butler, just like he did in Minnesota, and totally wreck practice up, and he'll be traded in a few days. No worries.
We have to talk about it. The situation with Kyrie and the Brooklyn Nets have come to a fever pitch, so much that the Nets organization has announced that they're not even allowing Kyrie to practice or play with the team until he is eligible to be a full participant, aka fully vaccinated. There's obviously real life and real world implications to all of this, but one Twitter user kept it to the court saying this: that's the right move. They're still talented enough to go the distance without him, and keeping him around half the time is only distracting to the team. So Charles, is that verified, unverified, and what's your take on the whole situation?
So I think I'm going to be a little serious for a second here. This one is very much verified, and I have to give kudos to the Nets organization for what they did in this case, right? They said, Kyrie, you can either be a part of this team or you can't be a part of this team. You need to get vaccinated or you're staying at home. So to me, it's showing the team and the franchise, not one star player is above another. And also, Kyrie, if you want to be a part of something that could be a championship team, you really got to be a part of the team.
And Mike, what's your take on the situation in Brooklyn? Do you think that we could end up putting an asterisk on the season if a certain amount of NBA players aren't able to start?
Nah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't put an asterisk on anything because this is Kyrie Irving making a choice, right? And he wants to make his choice, and the Nets made their choice of saying, hey, if you don't want to get vaccinated, then we just can't have you here. And so, like, I think they could still very well win the championship, but it is very disappointing that they will not have their full squad for however long they won't have it. So hopefully Kyrie just goes and gets a shot, man. Just go do it, bro.
Up next, we have got some new rules in the NBA this year. But one that has everyone talking about is that the marginal contact should be a no call, while exaggerated contact should be ruled as an offensive foul. Okay, so we know the second the league announced that James Harden broke into a cold sweat, Twitter agrees. One user said, trade Harden before it's too late. Another said, he might have to just retire. And finally, someone said, rest in peace, James Harden's whole career. Poor James. Mike, is this verified or not verified that this rule is a killer for someone like Harden who thrives on manufacturing fouls? And
Absolutely
who else may
not.
suffer because of this?
Absolutely not, man. James Harden is an absolute bucket. I mean, if you watch a James Harden off-season highlight tape, this dude's footwork is just insane. It's like he's just like dancing with the ball, and I'm like, I don't know how you even step like that. That's crazy. But I do think it does pose a problem for some players. I mean, we've already seen James Harden try to draw one of these fouls. Steph Curry's done the same. Luka's done the same. So I think it'll take some getting used to. I don't think it'll affect their overall play and their overall production.
See, Sykes conveniently left out a name of somebody who's going to be affected by this. That'd be Trae Young, his favorite player ever. So Trae Young is the guy I'm actually a little worried about. He'll adjust. Don't get me wrong. But with Trae Young, it's, I got a guy behind me. I'm going to, stop my motion and get fouled. Like, that's the kind of foul we're not going to see as much of. So guess what you're going to see on For the Win in the next 3 weeks is like, this is supposed to be foul and they're not calling it. A very angry Mike Sykes. Count on it.
Yeah. Hey sports fans, if you want to watch more sports seriously, be sure to check out these clips right here. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see all the great content from us here at USA Today Sports.